This game has changed so much since then.
Really
Locust
has.
Air is placing the ward out. Oh, seems I got a stuffy nose all of a sudden.
Well, hopefully that doesn't affect you too much. I never like doing that stuff. Looks like they are going to be running around here, possibly picking up an early red here.
Minions have spawned.
Yep, it seems like we're not going to see anything out of the ordinary here. It's just going to be a regular start. Dignitas knows that this could be it for them, so they're probably just going to say, "Hey, let's not do anything incredibly stupid by accidentally throwing away early game." Even though that their early game I think is stronger. Well, it actually is stronger. Not don't think it is. It is stronger at level 1, but they still went for the conservative play. And actually, we have Hotshot going middle and Big Fat going top.
Okay, well that should be a fair trade. I think that right now with Scar being able to do a big amount of damage, with just a little Q poke, I think that it's probably going to be a better choice for them. He can just sit back, throw out his Qs. Although it's going to be a little bit hard for him to last hit with his auto attacks. That's the main thing. We'll have to see how that goes.
Rise definitely has the advantage in this lane, but the Hotshot isn't definitely not in as much trouble as Boy Boy is. Ken encounters Lee Sin a lot harder than a Galio does, so it's actually a smart swap by CLG throwing Ken in top lane instead. I know Hotshot is kind of a stranger to the middle lane, doesn't really do that too often. Top is his comfort zone, but I'm pretty sure he can do it. And yeah, that was a good swap by CLG to throw Galio middle and Ken in top.
Nice little trade there on bottom lane. Looks like Locust was going to do some good damage to double lift, but instead he just turned around, shot him with a buckshot square in the face, and Locust took a big chunk out of his HP there. And just looked at Hotshot's resist. He does have mostly magic resist runes, you can tell, from his 63 starting magic resist. Not going to take a ton of damage from Skara, well, as opposed to what he would have if he did not have that. Of course, there's possibly going to be a little bit of action here up top if Dominate does find St. Vicious here, which I don't know if he actually will or not. And so here we come.
Take that.
Big Fat LP. I guess he just kind of saw that or knew that was going to happen.
Aggressive counter jungling there.
Yeah.
The balls on I will dominate.
And that's exactly what I was saying. I mean, you can probably just expect that all game long. Dominate going to be running up in the jungle, knowing that he's stronger. If he were to meet St. Vicious head on, he would probably just demolish him there, especially with that red buff advantage.
Yeah, he would have, definitely.
So he not only does he did pick up his own, he picked up his blue and St. Vicious' red. So we'll see how far behind he can make St. Vicious get, and if that's really going to affect him a lot. I feel like they're doing a really good job here. They've got that stun out. They've pretty much played Corki with Nunu 2 times in a row, but now this time doing a Taric. So I'm curious what their thought process was behind picking that up this time rather than.
Well, Tark is a little bit safer for bottom lane. In Sona Graves, it's a very hard lane to survive in if you're being spammed on, if they do it correctly. So that's probably why they did it. Tark's, as they said, is a lot safer. Can throw it a stun if needed. Can provide the armor buff to take less damage and just pop those good clutch heals that you need to survive sometimes.
Perfect. Now you can already tell he's got that 55 armor. It's going to help him out quite a bit, but same thing with Graves. All he has to do is auto attack 1 or 2 times, and then boom, he's going to be up there pretty similar without even having a Taric around him. And there it is, a little bit of stun, a little bit of damage, but honestly, it doesn't even look like his health moved from that once that Sona healed him up.
Yeah,
that buckshot hits both of them, so I feel like right now, Devil's in a really good spot. He can potentially just right out win this lane here eventually if they keep going at that pace. Up top, a little bit of action. Boy does land a Sonic Wave on a Big Fat LP, trying to do as much damage as possible. Just a little bit of poke here and there. I think that Big Fat LP is going to have a really easy time laning against him once he picks up his spell vamp. Once he grabs that.
Ooh, Locust playing super aggressive here bottom, going in with the stun, doesn't even care, says whatever. I'm just gonna walk up and stun you.
Very dangerous for him to do that.
Sona is though, so maybe that's why he felt that he was stronger. They did have the slight creep advantage there, and you mean it didn't really do too much. I guess they were just harassing, so Locust can go back now. Says, screw it, I'm just going to go back. Yeah, it worked out. Sona Zoom.
The buckshot really doing a lot of work to him because it's unfortunate. Tech wants to run in there and toss out his shatter to try and reduce the amount of armor that Double Lift has, but in doing so, he really takes a lot of damage to the face from that buckshot. So that's kind of like a hard trade-off.
Yep.
Voyboy's doing just fine here. He's not having any trouble against Kennen. He just heals it all back up from his, both from his Dorans, but mostly his, Safeguard Iron Will combo. And let's see, Hotshot actually not having too much trouble, I don't think. He's got actually more farm than Rise, and I would expect Rise to be able to do a little bit more than him, but I guess just looking at the amount of magic resist that he has, especially now with Chalice, it does make sense that the Scar's really not able to do anything. He would have to have a blue buff in order to really punish Hotshot at all.
Yeah.
In fact, I think Rise actually gave the blue buff to Dominate, or sorry, not Rise. I mean, yeah, he gave the blue buff to Dominate early, or rather than getting it early. I guess he wants to let Shyvana get really far ahead, and that's probably his plan. And here we go, Hotshot's just gonna grab. Oh, no. He actually spot. He was coming to grab it, and then Sandwich is like, "Nah, it's mine." That's kind of funny. As I'm sure Hotshot's like, but. It's actually really nice as Galio to have that blue buff because you can continually spam out both for harass and for farming.
Yep.
But he'll be fine. He's got a Chalice that helps him enough for for the spamming purposes. Now that Rise has that Tear of the Goddess, I'm guessing that Dominate will give that blue buff to him. He can continually just charge up those mana charges on that up to 1,000 as fast as possible. That's the thing you have to do on Rise. Get that blue buff, get the Tear Goddess, and just spam out as much as possible.
Start getting that mana.
Other than that, not much has happened. It's about 8.5 minutes in. We still have not seen a first blood. Everybody playing very cautiously. No real strong gank situations. Both junglers actually farming a lot here. And St. Vicious, let's take a look. Where is he at? I can click on him. All right, so he's just about 3/4 of the way, and this should put him right at 6 here, I believe. Yep, there it is, man. So he's not falling extremely far behind. I mean, he did get counter jungle a little bit early on, so he's about half a level behind Dominate. At the same time, though, he has the ultimate, so he's going to be a little bit more utility to the team if an engage does pop out somewhere. And I'm curious who's going to grab this first dragon, or even the first blood for that matter. And Locust, there we go.
Tons of damage.
Yeah. Still not enough to be really scary. I mean, it's mainly that buckshot it's scary right away. Of course, Double Lift now does have his ultimate, so he can throw that out at any time. At the same time, PewDiePie just has all that poke bam from those big ones. I think everybody's getting kind of antsy. I know somebody wants to get that first blood gold. Probably gonna be something here on bottom lane or a dragon fight. That's just what I'm gonna put my money on.
Dragon fight sounds about right.
We've got it really warded up here. It feels like they want to grab it about now with that many wards sitting around that area. If they can try and push out bottom lane, which is gonna be very hard to do, by the way, then we could possibly see that coming in. And Galio, did he pick up teleport? Don't have any teleports, no? From either team, actually. Let's see. How much gold does Double Lift have? Does he want to go back yet? No, he doesn't. They're both actually very close. Look at basically the same items. He's got one extra Dorans, so I'm not sure if they both get caught into a Sona ultimate, then that might be a win there for Double Lift and Chalicer. It's really hard to say who would win that. Who would win this straight up engage here?
I actually don't know. I'd probably put my money on double lift and Chowster. Just the burst combo could just be too much, and Corgi could fall pretty quickly. Tarek, we're up here placing a pink ward.
Yeah, they really want to get this dragon. That's the one thing, especially with no kills happening as of yet. I think that the team objectives are really gonna try and separate these guys apart right now.
Yep.
As far as that, I mean, it's only 300 gold difference, 200 now. So yeah, very, very, very close.
Mocha's just so ballsy on that Tarek. Just, I don't care. It's awesome.
Yeah, he just runs up and takes it. He's got his heals. He's not really having to use too much mana for much else. Double just dashes out of that. He doesn't care. That's the cool thing about any kind of champion with a dash is the Tarek stuns does come so slow. You just boop dash right on out of there, and they just can't get in range to do anything. All right, here we go. St. Vicious is going to come in, try and make something happen. Ultimate going to go down on top of him. QPie doesn't even have to use his jump. He's just going to save Valkyrie.
Walk right through
that
it.
Was really, I felt like that was kind of a stretch for trying to pick that one up.
Yeah, maybe popping the ultimate a tiny bit too early. Right idea, just executed a little too uncoordinately.
Now, considering the fact they did actually go back, so if they had all headed straight to Dragon at that point, that might have been a great plan, you know, great play, but they just backed off. I guess not actually knowing that they were going to back out like that. But either way, it's going to work out, because now Corki has an advantage. If they do decide to go for that Dragon, he's going to have that BF sword. If they pick that up before Graves goes back, they'll definitely have.
Well, actually, look top here.
Top. Yeah, you're just kind of scaring off LP. Two energy champions. They're not going to push each other out.
Kennen's having a little issue harassing him. Voyboy Sustain is winning out the lane now, it seems.
And there is the Dragon. Looks like they are all in good spot for it. And Dignitas will be the one picking this up as CLG did go back. And that's what I was just talking about, how they went back at the perfect timing and CLG didn't grab it when they had the opportunity, and instead they just basically gave it up for free by doing so. And actually had even had no vision of it when they went back, so doesn't really even know that it's gone right now. And they're going to be sitting in the blue. So Dignitas doing a great job, and like I said, Team Objectives could be doing everything. Hotshot now taking big damage. Will be using his ultimate. Does grab 2 into that. Dominate picks up the first blood. PewDiePie doing his best to poke from the other side of the wall. Will Dominate go down? He does lose that red buff now, but look at all of the trades coming in. That's a 2 for 2 so far. And
that's that AoE combo he's talking about, though. I mean, we watched as Tarek went from 100% to 0 in a second, you know. The combo is just so strong. I mean, you really gotta wait till the team fights actually start happening and these small skirmishes end, because that's when we're actually gonna see how good CLG's team comp is. Like right now, it's landing phase, which we expected Dignitas to win, which they are. So I'm just really gotta wait for the full team fight, and I really want to see how everything unfolds. It's gonna be very exciting. Now, PewDiePie actually getting a red buff, which is going to be very hard for Double F to try and save himself bottom now, because red buff Corki with a Tarek is extremely deadly. I mean, that's a lane you do not want to screw with.
Wow, Corki has so much sustain now with 3 Dorans and a Vamp Scepter. On top of that, obviously, has a Tarek sitting there healing him constantly. Let's take a look. What does Grace decide to pick up? Still just
Scar's coming in on big fat top here. Looks like he's going to flash over. Or just come around the back.
That might be a scary move.
No, they're going to wait for Voidboy to come in. He's going to push the lane, and then they're going to go in. That's exactly what he's waiting for here. It's going to push. Big Fat has no idea he's coming, but little do they know, St. Fish is coming right up
St.
back.
Fish is on his way. We'll find him there in the bush, and he's just going to back up. No, he's actually going to go for the kill. He's doing so much damage to St. Vicious. He's falling fast. Scar now going to possibly be in trouble, but man, Rise is really punishing these guys all on his own. And I don't think they were really expecting that amount of damage to come out from him right there.
No, I mean, Rise dropped St. Vicious to nothing, and and it kind of looked like Big Fat accidentally presses R a tiny bit too soon. Luckily, he still managed to hit Rise. Voidboy's still playing super aggressive here.
He sees him very low. I don't know if he has enough burst to actually finish him off. He only has 2 Dorans. It's kind of scary to jump into that, especially with half HP. Either way, they pick those up. They're going to back out. Oh, look at this. Is he going to grab someone in the bush? No Sonic Wave being used, but he cut up. He saw that. Moves out of the way. Ra's going to have that blue buff now. Just continuing to hold that advantage now. It's so strong. Looks like Dominic going to be going for a fade here real soon. Almost has that built up as well, just so that he can sit there, keep somebody slowed, and stick to them like glue.
Yeah, Double Up using his alt bottom, saying, you know what, I don't care if you guys take our tower, we're just going to get that last CS and get the heck out of town here, go by. And they're going to probably try to group up now.
Curious if he's going to finish up those boots. He has about... oh, no, he actually went straight for that Bloodthirster. Had just enough gold to make that possible. So that's not going to be bad. He's going to start charging up that Bloodthirster. Give him the advantage in a fight if they do decide to engage, as all he's got to do is toss out his quick draw. He'll have enough attack speed, you know, even though he doesn't have the attack speed boots, he's going to get plenty of it from that spell. And then boom, complete combo. Thing about the Graves is that he's really strong mid-game carry, but he can fall off compared to other carries, I think.
Oh yeah, well, Corky out DPS's Graves easily late game.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about it, is that Corky's just fine mid-game, almost just as fine as Graves, I'd say. Doesn't have that immediate burst, but has, you know, more of a sustained magical burst. But then late game, Corky just turns into a beast with you know, with all of the, you know, utility that he has at his disposal. So Locust is not able to do anything to double up here. Every time he goes in for a stun, he just quick draws away. And it's still just playing it pretty safe. I mean, nobody really able to kill one another. So much, I guess, sustain in both areas of the lanes. And on bottom lane, you know, just too many escapes. There's two dashes, but here it is. A little bit of a game coming in. Look at that damage going down on the double lift. PewDiePie does not get stunned by that. Locust will fall, unfortunately. Double lift runs into the bush, makes his escape, and he's actually just going to teleport out here, and he's not going to die. That is so crazy. Corky does pick up a kill on the Chowser, but that is great play by Double Lift, making it out safe there. And PewDiePie just might go down. No, he does not. Turret, getting one more attack on him, and that's a good job for Dominic.
DPS and Hotshot here.
Just kind of like poking each other down and pushing them away. They did take the turret, so that was a great trade. I don't think that they were expecting that amount of burst coming in from PewDiePie. PewDiePie just really completely demolishing them there. And it's good that Double Lift didn't die. Let's see how much he's got. He's got 14 stacks on that. Of course, he didn't want to lose that at all.
Yeah, Corky's damage, especially with the Tark, improving all of his damage. We're talking about that armor pen on his W and the increased damage, plus the burst combo that comes out from Tark alone. I mean, that is a very strong combo, and you should never underestimate that damage.
Cool, look at this, the Black Cleaver. Don't see that every day on Corky. Not only does he have the not only does he have the armor pen from his machine gun, he's got the Black Cleaver, so they're literally gonna have almost no armor on that at all. And that's
he's actually been doing that every game.
Yeah, I honestly haven't been looking at his build, so
he's been
I just
loving
don't usually see that
Black
on other
Cleaver.
Corkies.
No, you don't see a lot of Black Cleaver, which is what you're right about. But he for some reason he's just been loving that. He's like, hey, I love the dual armor pen. I feel like I can do a crap ton of damage, so I'm gonna continue to use it.
Well, it's been working out really well, and in this case versus the Graves, I mean, the guy gets tons of armor as it is, so I have to say Corky's actually a great choice against that. And this is the second dragon they're going to be picking up, and you know, I have to give it to them. DiG has done a great job of taking
GPLD is probably going to go out very soon, or they're just going to let them run away.
No, I don't think they're going to get this. They're already too far away. Oh wow, they're actually going to try and turn it now. Hotshot taking big damage from Boy, and what he's trying to do is just keep him separated from the rest of his team to try and force out that ultimate possibly.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused why Saint didn't drop his ultimate there, because that would have been a perfect engage for Kennen and Galio to just go and catch everybody.
Yeah, maybe he didn't really see it as an opportunity to catch anyone, and wasn't sure about the range of it, so I don't know. Wait, if they tech this, that's
there
really
it is.
bad. Yeah, they actually take the blue. Ultimate goes down, not really effective. They might
they're so clumped up
Rise
too.
gonna turn around. Hotshot needs to grab someone in this ultimate. There it is, using it on all three of them. Dominate will fall. And this is looking really like a great fight now. If they can pick the rest of them up here.
Boy just barely escaping.
But actually not good as CLG loses 3. Only 1 down. Dominate, the only 1 dead. Same Vicious will fall here as well. That's 4 dead and an ace. Looks like Dignitas really pulling heavily ahead in this match.
Yeah, it seems like they gave up a little bit too much. They let Dignitas just take kind of everything from them, and they didn't get the best initiation there. If you notice, Kennen kind of went in by himself, and Shyvana countered his initiation by initiating on him, so it actually knocked Kennen back out. And then they kind of, I don't know, I kind of feel like Hotshot should have flashed in, used his, I can't remember what it's called, the wave, that makes your movement speed increase, and use that and just initiate it on all of them there, and then Kennen could have followed up. So I'm not sure why they didn't go on that. It really just seems like CLG missed their chance big time there. They had a couple chances to initiate, and they just let the individual champions that are going to carry and snowball take out individuals and carry and snowball.
This is really scary for them as Corky now 5-0. It's going to be devastating. 5-0-4, I should say, actually. And so, I mean, he's going to come in here. Obviously, already has the Black Cleaver. Now with the phase, going to be building into that Trinity Force very soon. Sheen picked up as well. Yeah, this is really bad spot for CLG to be in because Corky's one of those champions that, I mean, he gets that little bit of advantage, and man, he just starts going to town on people, and they don't have much opportunity to really jump on him. Scar and Locust are enough threat, you know, and blockage that he can just sit there in the back and spam attack on people. They're actually pinging down that rise. I don't know if they were saying, hey, we got to focus down that rise, but look at this, already going for a Baron. 22 minutes in, just took out the Dragon and aced them, and now an unwarded Baron is going to be picked up as well. Pink there letting them know that, so this is very safe for them to go for it, and it's already gone before they even ward it.
Yeah. Well, as we talked about, I mean, if CLG didn't land those ultimates, which they haven't been successfully landing them in unison, you know, that's really hurting them. They, you know, Kennen was over there, Galio's over here, Sona's over there. I mean, if they actually manage to initiate properly as a team and catch, you know, at least 3 people, that's when you can really follow up those ultimates and start really chain CCing, and that's what they wanted. So it seems like CLG is not having a coordination together right now, and you know, despite me being so happy about their team comp, if you let the other team snowball, which is happening, this is what's going to happen. I mean, this is what would have happened in the TSM game if CLG didn't capitalize on you know, making it to that late game. But instead, now it's switched around, and these guys have snowballed. They have taken the early game, and they're capitalizing on it. And now they have a whole bunch of super carries versus just an AoE team comp.
Well, I'm looking at this thinking that it's really, oh man, Hotshot, look at his health go down so quickly. Oh, that's not good. I feel like he was just kind of, I don't know if he was ready for that or not. That was just so bad. I don't know if there's anything at all that they can really do now. They're just going to completely push down this turret. If anyone gets close to trying to defend it, they're just going to do that same thing right there that they did. The thing about Dignitas' team comp is they don't need ultimates to really win. They just spam their abilities. They all have all spammable abilities. And CLG, on the other hand, they have to have perfect positioning and use all their ultimates in unison and win that fight that way. Not happening. And you can see Locust really not being useful at all. He just comes in with a stun. Nobody's able to capitalize on that. Even in the bottom lane, I mean, every time you try to use a stun, Double F's like, I don't care. I'm just going to buckshot you in the face, dash away, it doesn't matter. But other than that, I mean, the rest of them are just like crazy mode on everything. I mean, the armor buff is enough, so it doesn't even matter. There's a flash. Hotshot wants to go in with his ultimate.
Interrupted.
He doesn't even have it. He flashed in, doesn't have his ultimate.
No, he flashed,
unless he got interrupted. I missed that. I think, actually, yeah, he just tried to use it. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It literally just didn't even see it go off. And Double's going to fall down to Boy here. Nice flash there being used to finish him off. Chowster going to go down to Corky probably. He has no mana to help him out. And godlike. Look at that. 7-0 at 8, Corky.
All right, that's probably the GG. CLG knows when they've been beat, so that's the GG going out. That's another ace. Relatively quick game, 25-minute, pretty decisive victory for them. CLG couldn't capitalize on the position, couldn't really, you know, get everybody on the same page, sync up, and lock those ultimates together. And when you have champions like Lee Sin, Shyvana, Corki, and Rise, if you let them play the way they want to play, you're going to lose that game.
Well played by DiG and Tues. They are going to be going into game number 3, first one of the night, by the way. So,
Yeah.
wow, that's exciting. I think it's really probably going to be a very stressful game for this one now, both for CLG and DiG and Tues, as they, I'm sure they really want that prize pool. A lot of money on the line here, and let's see how it goes.